Alright, it's getting a little dark out here, but took on the big boy here. Used the electric chainsaw there for some of the stuff that was sticking out this end. That's all cut and stacked, and then the rest was this giant piece. And I ended up with 25 pieces here. Quite a few. And I started off with 16-inch long pieces, and they'll be tricky to split. Then I went to 15 inches, then I went down to 14 inches, and then down to 12 for the last couple cuts there. And there's the pieces. And all of this was thanks to my neighbor Frank, who had this nice little hydraulic jack. And fortunately there was one area under the whole log where I could get the jack under and get it raised up to do that end first down there, and finished all the small stuff. And then I kept moving the fulcrum point down about 12 feet each time. Jack it up, take out a block, move the block down, lower it down, and then I had to take into account when I got halfway down, halfway the length of the remaining part, the fulcrum had to be on the right side of it, otherwise it would seesaw down. So as I got closer, it was down to 1 or 2 pieces at a time. In the last few I didn't use the jack. I just rolled the log up onto a smaller stick just to get the end up off the ground, and then that was enough to get through all the pieces without it binding up. And then ended up also cut this slab off the top of the stump here. It's not quite level, but it'll make a nice little thing to put a planter on. So there she be. So this will be all the major firewood for next year, and this goes along with what's over here, and this is what I did earlier. And aside from some buckets of small sticks I have that'll be used for kindling, I do have these medium-sized pieces here for splitting. Everything here will be split. That's white oak. And then there's another stack of smaller pieces. I guess these don't need to be split, but that's all from that same tree. That's the smaller pieces, the medium, and way over there the big ones. And they're eventually going to be lined up. I'll put them right on these 2 rails here. I'll put about 3 layers of them and stack them up, so it'll be like 8 and then 7 and 6, and those will be ready for splitting. And I made great use of this today. This is the cradle to do longer pieces, and you get it up into the cradle. And what's neat about this is you can cut in the center area, or you can cut outside. You go out just outside the V there, and you could do a cut on the outside as well as in the inside. And there's the old split and stump. I may actually put one of the white oak pieces over here to be used for splitting the wood. That particular piece right there was red oak, and it's not quite as dense, so I might pick out one of these nice big pieces down here. Probably might be tough to split anyway, but I might take one of these and use it as the chopping block. Something like this one here, as long as it's got flat edges. They're not exactly flat, but this one seems to be the flattest of them all right here. It's got a nice straight edge there, and that could be used as the chopping block. Signing off. I got to bring Frank's hydraulic jack back over to his house. And so we're good. We got firewood for this winter, and this will all be for next winter.